Welcome to the Grit of the Matter, where we talk about what it takes to grow through life's unexpected challenges. I'm Denise, and this podcast is built on 5 pillars: grace, resilience, intentional, trust, and thrive. These conversations are for inspiration and education only and are not substitute for medical or professional advice. Please consult your qualified provider for your personal needs. If this resonates with you, be sure to like, follow, share, and make sure to turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get to the grit of the matter.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into the very first episode live recording of the Grit of the Matter. I am truly honored that you're here with me tonight. And remember, you can check me out on Spotify and all of the podcast channels. I am everywhere. So make sure that you go like, love, share, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. Grit to me is more than just a word. It's a way of living. It is grace, resilience, intentional, trust, and thriving. Not loud strength, not pretending that life is easy, but steady growth, especially when it isn't. My story with resilience began when I was 12 years old. A routine dental visit and a simple tooth extraction started it all out. And suddenly my heart began racing in a way that didn't feel normal. The room felt distant. My body felt unfamiliar. The next thing I remember, I was waking up in a hospital bed. That was the first time I realized something powerful. Our bodies don't always follow the script that we have written for them. Over the years, similar episodes have happened again at 16 and in early adulthood, and even during labor with my daughter whenever I shut down all the monitors that were tracking me. One of those episodes was severe enough that afterwards, my husband actually proposed. That's a full story in itself. Not because something tragic had happened, but because moments like that clarify what really matters. When your body reminds you that life is fragile, love gets louder, and that was a gift. At 19, after years of painful female health issues and struggles, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. After multiple abdominal surgeries followed before the age of 30, and a partial hysterectomy, and then a full completion. And I remember thinking, this must be something I navigate, not something that defines me. There's a difference. In 2007, stepping out of the bath, shaking the water off my foot, I shattered the cartilage in my ankle. You heard me right. No dramatic accident, just a simple movement. And that's when I met the surgeon who would unknowingly walk beside me through my entire rare disease journey. And I thank him so much to this day. At the time, he was just my ankle specialist. I had no idea he would later help me uncover something so much bigger. There's something powerful about having a physician who learns your story, not just your scans. That trust matters when you're navigating that uncertainty. Between surgeries, I had to make a decision. If my body was going to require intention, then my strength would have to require intention too. In 2013, I completed a 60-mile walk for breast cancer in honor of my mom, not to prove something, but to build capacity, to partner with my body instead of fighting with it. And then, oh my gosh, in 2014, a knee injury during a grappling exercise. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up or I can tell you that later. It changed everything. Tests showed nothing obvious until surgery revealed something rare, a rare inflammatory disease that creates growths inside my joints. Multiple surgeries followed, range of motion decreased, and I had to learn to walk correctly all over again. And there's something so many people don't expect. 2014 was also the year I began my journey as becoming a fitness trainer. Not after healing, but during it. Because I realized that strength is not aesthetics, it's capacity. If my body required intelligent resilience, I wanted to understand resilience deeply and teach it. That season didn't shrink me, it clarified me. Years later, that same rare condition appeared in my ankle. Rare is one thing, rare in multiple joints is a whole nother conversation. But somewhere in that process, I realized something important. I was not alone. Globally, approximately 300 million people live with a rare disease. Over 30 million are in the United States alone. So that definitely means we're not alone here. And many go years, sometimes decades, sometimes a lifetime without diagnosis. February 28th, which is the day that I chose to air this episode, is Rare Disease Day. It's a reminder that while every diagnosis may feel it may feel isolating to you, or any difference may feel isolating to you, the experience of navigating uncertainty is shared by millions around the world. And that perspective changed me. I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm human. We all do it. And I started asking, how do I move forward with this? I've heard people say that sometimes being injured can feel safer than stepping fully into your healed space. That has never been my path. It took me years to tell my story publicly. And if you were there, you saw the blubbering crying that I did. Not because I wanted sympathy, but because I refused to reduce to a condition. I am not my surgeries. I am not my scans. I am not my limitations. I am the choices that I make in response to them. Healing is not pretending that everything is perfect or everything feels perfect all the time. Healing is doing the mental work, the emotional work, the physical work. Healing is learning how to move forward without resentment. And I have done that work. I continue to do that work, not because struggle gives me a story, but because growth gives me a purpose. If you're listening anywhere in the world right now, navigating something that feels heavy or uncertain, you are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you choose to respond. And forward is always possible. If you're navigating something in your body, your life maybe feels limiting, I hope this podcast reminds you that strength isn't about being untouched. It's about choosing who you become in the process. That right there is grit. Grace when expectations shift. Resilience when adaptation is required. Intentional choices when it becomes easier or when it would be easier not to. Trust rebuilt slowly to your body and thriving because meaning still exists. This is the grit of the matter, and we are just getting started.
Thank you for being here today. If this episode encouraged you, please share it, leave a review, and turn on those notifications so we can continue to grow together. Remember, strength isn't about being untouched. It's about choosing who you become in the process. And wherever you are in your journey, you are not in this alone. This is the grit of the matter. So, keep moving forward.